Seagull dashing in, gets a couple, gets 3, and the gull of the sea swoops in.
Get ready, because we have to go to work.
I'm Brandon Larned. I go by Seagull online, and I'm a player for the Dallas Fuel.
3-0 win for the Dallas Fuel.
For the most part, each player's individual settings can be different, but there are some settings that are strictly better.
Seagull is the bowling ball, and Shanghai are the pins right now.
If I come in game, make sure it's set to the maximum refresh rate. You're going to want to turn on reduce buffering. All reduce buffering does is reduce input lag by 1 frame. I'm a streamer, and so at home I like having high graphics card settings. So for example, textures on high, local fog should always be low, dynamic reflections I turn off. Most pros, they actually use all low regardless of the PCs they're on. With the Omen PCs, I can turn certain settings higher, like textures, lighting. Effects detail, kind of self-explanatory. It makes the effects fancier, right? I just set this to ultra because it makes the game look cool, honestly. The 3 most common heroes I play are Genji, Junkrat, and Pharah. So I play with the same settings no matter what character I'm using. Some players like to change their settings based on each character they play, but I'm more interested in consistency between any character. Sensitivity is a very subjective thing. It really comes down to each individual player. I use 2.36 at 1600 DPI, and the reason for that is pretty simple. I started at 2.5. I was like, man, I really should make this a little bit slower. So I just kept lowering it until it felt good, and I just kind of ran with it. Similar to my sensitivity, I use the same crosshair on every character. I used to use a dot for ages, and then Blizzard added in extra custom crosshairs, and so I essentially have a dot with a hole in the middle, which is just a circle. Using a small circle allows me to hone in just a little bit better than a dot would.
A kill for Seagull, gets both supports.
Some settings are important, some aren't. There are some things like G-Sync that are much more specific to me as a player that I'll get to. It just comes down to, does it affect you mentally or not? And if you're comfortable, you're gonna play well, and that's what's most important.